تغريد
Good
Hiba,
evening.
good evening, girls. How are you?
I'm fine.
Thanks God,
What
because
about you?
I am okay. I have to thank God. Zainab is coming.
Good evening, Mister.
Good evening, Zainab. How are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
I'm okay. Thank you, God. Okay. I think, girls, we have to start because at 8 I have a class, so we don't want to lose our time. So I suggest just to start, and I hope for your friends to come soon. Okay, so I think I have to share my screen, and we have to complete from the point that we have recently stopped. I think, guys, today's class is one of the most important classes in level 3. Okay, so let me open the book and let's complete. Let me go down to the point that we have lately stopped. Yeah, I think we have reached this page. Okay. So as I told you girls before that if you want to start any conversation, you have to be careful. The most important thing for your conversation to continue and to complete, not to cease, is to use the question tags. And absolutely, you have to use the question tags correctly. Because if you want to use it in a wrong way, you will lead to misunderstanding. Okay. And the most important thing, you don't have to answer by only saying yes and no, as we notice in the conversation of John and Maria. So you have to ask questions. You can add question tags like this in your sentence. And absolutely, we can add a certain comment. I'm going to show you here how to add a certain comment and even how to express your interest. So we have discussed the question tags, and again, we don't have to say yes and no. Now let's try to do this activity, which is match A with B, and let's notice using of comments and showing interest in the conversation. Again, for your conversation to last longer and not to stop in a short period of time. I suggest to try to match it before listening to the conversation because the conversation is not about the sentence. Absolutely, the speaker is going to complete, which is about adding interest or maybe adding a certain comment. Okay. What if someone told you, what a lovely day is it today? How can you answer? Absolutely, this is number one. You have to say, yes, beautiful, isn't it? So notice using of the question tag. And by using a question tag, I'm not going to allow the conversation just to stop. So I want the conversation to continue. Now, two, are you having a good time in London?
Yes.
I am. It's a very interesting city.
Yeah, it's a very interesting city, and absolutely there is something I'm going to show you later. We have to add to something to this sentence. Now, three, have a good weekend.
Thanks. Same to
Thanks,
you.
same to
Haha.
you.
Okay. By the way, guys, let me tell you something. If anyone wishes good weekend, good day, good holiday, you can say same to you. Same to you is the best respond or response. So this is three. Now four. Did you have a nice weekend?
Yes,
Yes,
I
I
did. It
was
was
really good.
really good.
It was really good. So notice I didn't only say yes, I did. I know that it is yes and no question, but please you have to add something. Because if you only answer the question, the direct question by saying yes or no, you are doing something wrong by stopping the conversation. So thank you so much. It is number four. Yes, I did. And it was really amazing. Five. What are you doing tonight?
Nothing,
Nothing.
nothing.
Nothing special. Do you suggest something? So notice I asked a question. 6. How is your mother these days?
She's okay,
She's okay,
thanks.
thanks.
She's okay, thanks. And maybe I want to add something. So it is 6. This is it. She is okay,
Mhm.
thank you. Now 7. Did you watch the football last night?
No, I
No,
didn't.
I
I missed
didn't.
it.
I missed
I
it.
missed it. So no, I didn't. I missed the match. So this is 7. Now 8. I like your shoes.
Thank you, they're
Thank
new.
you. They're
Thank
new.
you. My shoes are new, brand new. So thank you so much. 8. 9. If you have a problem, just ask me.
Thank
Thank
you
you very
very
much.
Thank you so much. Okay. Now, girls, let's listen to the conversation and let's check the comment, the interest the speaker is going to add. Listen carefully because this is really important to you. It is 2.13. So let me play the recording. This is unit 2. And this is 14 or 13. Let me try to 13. Okay, so this is 13 approximately before the last one.
Teacher,
Yes, wait.
Tape script
can you
2.13.
Do you want to say something?
accept my brother, please?
Ah,
He
is he
in the
coming?
waiting room.
Sorry, I didn't. He's not in the waiting room. Let him try again, Tagreed.
Okay, I will.
I accept him in the beginning of. He's coming. No, this is Diala. But maybe he was out because of the connection.
Yes.
Okay, so I think now we have to start the recording just to check our answers. Let's do it.
Making
Wait, Raed is coming. So let's start.
conversation. 1.
What a lovely day it is today.
Yes, beautiful, isn't it? Much nicer than yesterday.
So notice the question tag. Now 2.
2.
Are you having a good time in London?
Yes, I am. It's a very interesting city. There's so much to do. I love the shops.
So much to do. I love the shops. Notice I added a comment for the conversation. Now 3.
3.
Have a good weekend.
Thanks, same to you. Are you doing anything interesting?
So notice the question I asked. Are you doing something interesting? Absolutely, the speaker is going to answer. So this is 3. Now 4.
4.
Did you have a nice weekend?
Yes, I did. It was really good. I saw some old friends. What did you do?
So what did you do? I asked another question. Absolutely, the speaker is going to respond. This is 4. Now 5.
5.
What are you doing tonight?
Nothing special, just at home. What about you?
So what about you? Another question just to make the conversation last longer. This is 5. Now 6.
6.
How's your mother these days?
She's okay, thanks. She's feeling a lot better. Thank you for asking.
So she's feeling really better and thank you for asking. This is showing interest. So it is correct. Now 7.
7.
Did you watch the football last night?
No, I didn't. I missed it. Was it a good game?
So was it a good game? Asking a direct question. It is correct. Now 8.
8.
I like your shoes.
Thank you. They're new. I got them last week in the sales. They're nice, aren't they?
So they are nice, aren't they? So notice she said, aren't they? She added a question tag to complete the conversation. 8 is correct. Now finally 9.
9.
If you have a problem, just ask me.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. I will.
So I will. That's a very kind, showing interest and appreciation. So this is it. Please, guys, try to do the best to apply these 4 steps for your conversation to last longer and not to stop in a short period of time. Especially the question tag, because I told you guys that the question tag, I'm not looking for the answer, but I want you to speak and to complete speaking. Okay. I think, guys, Unit 3 is really important because it is talking about the past continuous. The past continuous tense is extremely important. I think before going into details, before explaining anything or doing the exercises, I suggest to explain the past continuous in English. Okay, if you remember, guys, in level 2 and 1, we have discussed the simple present tense and the simple past tense. And we cannot deny that we have discussed the present perfect tense. These 3 tenses are really important. Plus, the past continuous is one of the most important tenses, and 80% of the students use this tense in a wrong way. And absolutely, I'm going to tell you why. First of all, let me write the past continuous tense. This is number 1. And I need you to listen to me carefully, please. First of all, I have to discuss the formation, how I have to write or how should I write the past continuous in writing and in speaking. If you remember previously, guys, I told you that all the tenses in the English language, we have 2 verbs we have to use with them. Except for simple past and simple present, we have to use only 1 verb. So let's agree that in the present continuous, all the tenses, the 10 tenses, we have to use 2 verbs. All the time, guys, the first verb comes to help the second one. So let me call the first verb is the auxiliary. The auxiliary verb. Some teachers call this verb the helping verb. It is up to you. Absolutely, the second one is the main verb. No, we cannot make any sentence without the main verb. Okay, if you remember, guys, when we discussed the present continuous tense, we said that the auxiliary is are. And in the past continuous, the past of is bravo. So we have to use was and were. This is the auxiliary. Absolutely, any main verb you want, like go, run, sleep, eat, drink. And because it is continuous, absolutely, we cannot forget the ing. For example, I was eating. I was eating. And don't forget that was comes with the pronouns of I, he, she, it, and any singular noun like Zainab was. And where should be used with they, you, we, and any plural noun like my friends were tired yesterday. So I have to use was and where. This is the formation. And this is the way that I have to form the past continuous. But the most important thing is the usage. Too much students, guys, commit horrible mistakes in using the past continuous. Before going into details, let me write 2 sentences and let me show you the main difference between the simple past and the past continuous. Absolutely, if I want to talk about something that happened in the past, I have to use the simple past. For example, I ate my dinner yesterday. This is simple past. The past of eat is ate. And I said yesterday because I'm talking about an action happened in the past and finished in the past. But let me write a second sentence and you have to tell me the difference. Now, if I want to say I was eating my dinner yesterday, but I want to say at 10 p.m.
The duration is the text.
Exactly. That says it. So please, please, please. The first difference between the simple past and the past continuous, if I remember the exact time, the action happened in the past, use the past continuous. You cannot use the simple past. But if you don't remember exactly the time that the action happened, use simple past. So, for example, what were you doing at this time? At 10, I was sleeping, I was eating, I was watching TV. So this is the first usage of the past continuous. Again, if you remember the exact day, for example, let me, not only time, let me write an example. If I want to say I visited my sister the last week.
It's past simple.
Ah, yeah, exactly. Not the, let me say last week, because last doesn't accept the article. I visited my sister last week, and now I want to say I was visiting my sister. Yes, I know last week, but notice how I have to specify the day on Monday.
Particle day.
Bravo. So notice, guys, I specified the exact date. So it's not only about time. If you want to specify the day of the week, the month of the year, the time of the day, please remember that here you cannot use simple past at all. You have to use past continuous.
Okay.
So this is the first usage, and please remember that. Okay. Some students, guys, asked me this question. Teacher, what if I want to mention 2 actions happened in the past? What shall I do? Okay. Now, I'm going to show you an example, and please listen to me carefully. Because I am an English teacher and absolutely I'm penniless, I don't have a car, I usually go to school by bus. So because I'm living in a village, in a small village, we have only one bus in the village. So I have to wake up early and go out early just to wait for the bus to come. If I'm late, I will lose my bus. And absolutely, I want to be able to go to school because this is the only bus. As usual, I go out of my house before the 8 because, as I told you, as usual, the bus comes at 8. So I have to be waiting for the bus before this time. So let's imagine that this is me. Suddenly, guys, because I didn't sleep early yesterday, I woke up late. So I went out late. I went out at 8:05. And I noticed that the bus is really far away from me because I cannot go to school. And if I really lose my bus, I won't be able to go to school. I decided to run after the bus to catch the bus. Suddenly, while I was trying to catch the bus, I fell down and it was raining. It was raining heavily. Because of that, I dirtied my clothes. But as I told you, I have to stand up because I have to go to school. So I stood up trying to catch the bus again. Hey, please wait for me. When I reached the school, Zainab asked me, Teacher, you look dirty. What happened to you? Now listen to the answer that I want to answer Zainab. Now I want to tell Zainab that, do you know why, Zainab? When. Notice the using of the keyword. When is the most important keyword in the past continuous. When I was catching. Notice the past continuous. You know what, Zainab? When I was catching, when I was trying to catch the bus. Okay, teacher, what happened? You are using 2 actions. Please tell us. I fell. I fell. Fell is the past of fall. Okay, maybe Zainab is going to ask me this question. Teacher, why here this action you used the past continuous and why in this action you use the simple past? Let me tell you why. Notice that while I was trying to catch the bus, I fell. When I stood up, the verb of falling is done, finished, over. Because the verb of falling is done, finished, over. This is why I used the simple past. And I still continue what? Continue running. Absolutely. If I stopped, I mean, if I didn't try to run after the bus, be careful. You have to use simple past, not past continuous. So again, Notice that we have two actions. One is done, finished, interrupted, and over, but the second action still continue. So, if it is so, don't forget that you have to use when. So this is usage number one. Please don't forget this. If you didn't,
Sorry, when we use when, we must to put the past simple or past continuous.
it is really a good question, and I'm going to explain. Okay? Okay. Let me give you another example, and again, please listen to me. Let's imagine that I told Taghreed, tomorrow at 8, call me because there is something extremely important I want to tell you. Taghreed said yes. The next day, she tried hard just to call me, but I didn't answer. The day after that, absolutely, Taghreed is going to ask me, teacher, please, I called you, but you didn't respond. What happened? Notice what I will answer Taghreed. As usual, guys, let's imagine that this is my home and this is my table. When I reach home, I put my phone on this table. So let's imagine that I reached home before 8. So this is my cell phone. I put my cell phone as usual on my table. And before 8, I went to take my shower. So let's imagine that this is my bathroom. And this is me taking the shower. Okay, as I told you, it is before 8. Now at 8 o'clock, Taghreed called me. So my phone started ringing. How many minutes the phone shall start ringing, shall continue ringing? 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3, 4, 5. Okay, absolutely. At the end, the phone will stop. So the verb of ringing is stopped and finished. And I still do what?
Your shower.
Now, what do you suggest that I have to answer, Taghreed?
Past continuous. When we have a shower, you have a shower.
Exactly. So when, notice the using of when. When I was taking my shower, Taghreed, I'm sorry. Okay, what happened, teacher? Tell me. You are talking about two actions, not only one. When I was taking my shower, okay, you called me. You called me when I was taking my shower. So notice the verb of calling I used is in the simple past. And the verb of taking the shower is past continuous. Why? Because notice that the verb of ringing is finished.
One continuous.
But I still taking the shower. Maybe Taghreed, guys, is going to tell me, but teacher, please, didn't or haven't you tried to answer me? Okay. Let's imagine that I heard the sound of ringing. Immediately when I heard the sound of ringing, I went out of my bathroom to try to answer the phone. But when I reached the phone, the ringing stopped. Now be careful. If I want to go out of my bathroom immediately, the verb of taking the shower shall be finished. And because I didn't answer the phone, the verb of ringing is finished. So in this way, you have to say, I'm sorry, Taghreed. When you called me, I took my shower, not was taking. فلاحظوا guys كيف حيتغير المعنى بتغيير التنس. أنا مجرد تغيير للتنس حتفهم علي تغريد بسبب استخدامي للتنس. فأنا مجرد ما استخدم two simple pasts فمعناها two actions انتهوا بنفس الوقت. بينما إذا بدي استخدم one action in the past continuous فمعناها في فعل في عندي action still continue. فتغريد حتفهم علي بحسب استخدامي للتنس. فأوعى نغير التنس، مجرد تغيير التنس حيتغير المعنى كليا. فأنا إذا بدي أقول لتغريد when you called me I took my shower فحتفهم علي تغريد إنه أنا جربت إنه رد على الفون. بس إذا قلت لتغريد when you called me I was taking معناها أصلا أنا ما سمعت الفون. So please be careful because the past continuous is really sensitive tense. So I can use when if I want to talk about two actions, maybe the two actions are finished at the same time in the past, or maybe you want to talk about two actions. One action is still continue, but the next one is finished and stopped. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now let me give you another example. Maybe I want to ask Tagreed this question. Tagreed, what did you do yesterday? Let's imagine that this is the chair, the absolute Tagreed tries to sit down as usual, and this is her TV. I'm sorry, I'm a little bad at drawing. Okay, so this is the TV, and this is the couch, and this is Tagreed, as usual, watching her favorite movie. Okay, and next to Zainab, maybe this is Zainab's father, and Zainab's father reads his newspaper. I have to say sorry to your father because this is something bad. Okay, so this is the newspaper. This is the father of Zainab, and Zainab is watching her favorite movie. Now, notice the answer of Zainab. Maybe I want to ask Zainab again. Again, Zainab, what did you do yesterday? Now, notice Zainab is going to say while. She is not going to say when. Why? Because she's going to answer like this. Teacher, while I was watching my favorite movie, was watching, past continuous. Okay, please complete Zainab because you have to use two actions. Okay. My father was reading. Was reading. Why was reading? Because I'm talking about two actions are happening at the same time.
Okay.
And if you want to talk about two actions are happening at the same time in the future, please use while. Don't use when. If you want to use when in talking about two actions in the past continuous, this is completely wrong. So when, again, please, when to talk about simple past, or maybe simple past continuous, while to talk about simple past continuous, past continuous. This is the only usage. And don't forget that when and while, guys, are the strongest keywords of the past continuous. Don't use them only with the past continuous only. Okay. I know that you're still confused. Now let me try to summarize what I've said in only 2 lines. Now, as I told you guys, when and while are absolutely the strongest, as I told you, 2 keywords of the past continuous. But be careful, because when and while, I can use them if you want to talk about 2 actions, one in the simple past tense, simple past, plus when, plus simple past, plus simple past. Or maybe you can use when if you want to talk about past continuous tense, past continuous tense plus when, plus simple past, plus simple past. Absolutely, I can do the same with while. I can say past continuous plus while and simple past. Absolutely, I can use while, simple past. But be careful because finally you have to use past continuous, past.
Past continuous.
Bravo, past continuous. Past continuous plus past continuous. Now, let me show you the biggest mistake the students commit all the time. Let me write, first of all, past continuous. Okay. The biggest mistake is don't use when if you want to talk about 2 actions are happening at the same time. And don't use while if you want to talk about 2 actions are in the simple past. This is the wrong way. So this is to summarize the past continuous. Again, I can use the past continuous, number 1. If you really remember the time about the action that happened in the past, this is number 1. Number 2, if you want to talk about 2 actions, be careful because you have to use when or maybe while. But when is to talk about simple past, past continuous, simple past, while you can use it for past continuous, simple past, but past continuous, past continuous. Finally, let me tell you something. For example, if I want to say when I was playing in the garden, comma, okay? My dad came home. My dad came home. And the second sentence is my dad came home when I was playing in the garden. Okay. Now, my question is, guys, is there any difference between these two sentences in meaning? I'm talking about meaning.
No, it's the same.
They are the same. So you can start with the past continuous. You can start with the simple past. It is up to you. This is number one. You can use the keyword in the beginning. You can use it in the middle of the sentence. It is up to you because the meaning is the same. So it is not wrong to start with the simple past or the past continuous or vice versa, because absolutely they will lead to the same meaning. Okay, guys?
Okay.
Now, is everything clear?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is it about the past continuous. Now I think it is the time to ask you some questions. Let me start with Hiba. Hiba, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Hiba, what did you do yesterday at 8 p.m.?
When I was
Mm-hmm.
watching TV,
Amazing.
بعد
Yeah, بقى. Okay, when we said when فمعناها two actions. ما بتزبط استخدم when مع one action.
okay,
So
and I
شو
eat
ماضي eat?
I ate
I
لا
ate.
ate popcorn.
Amazing. So I ate popcorn when I was watching TV. That's amazing. Thank you. Zainab,
Yes, teacher.
what did you do yesterday?
I was watching TV.
Okay. Thank you. But Zainab, the question كان what did you do yesterday? أنا ما حددت الوقت.
Sorry. I watched TV
Oh,
yesterday.
bravo. So please be careful. That's amazing. Diala, can you hear me? Diala cannot hear me. Okay. Tagreed, can you hear me?
Yes.
Tagreed, what did you do yesterday morning?
Yesterday morning, I was reading a book.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Raed,
Yes.
what did you do last weekend?
Last weekend I went to my grandmother.
Amazing. Thank you so much for using the simple past. Okay, guys. So please, this is it. Be careful because sometimes these two tenses are a little confusing. By the way, we have too much exercises absolutely about the past continuous, but I wanted to explain it first of all in details. Okay. Now, our job is, guys, here just to differentiate between simple past and past continuous tense. Before that, let's try to do this exercise. Now, what do you think about the past simple of leave?
Leave.
Left.
Left. Okay. So please be careful because we have regular verbs and irregular verbs. أكيد irregular verbs except the ed, ied. So any verb except the d, ed, ied, this verb is called regular. And any verb doesn't accept one of these, this is called irregular. For example, eat. Absolutely, I cannot say eat it. I have to say what ate. So this is irregular. So be careful because sometimes, again, they are a little confusing. So the past of leave is left. I left home yesterday. Early. I left. So this is irregular. What is the past of took?
Take, took.
took.
Sorry. Okay. What is the past of take? I'm sorry. Absolutely, it is irregular. What is the past of become?
Became.
Became. And it is?
Irregular.
Yes, it is. What is the past of begin?
Began.
Began. Amazing. Began. What is the past of go?
Went.
Went. Thank you. Irregular. What is the past of do?
Did.
Oh, bravo. It is did. The past of think?
Thought.
Yes, it is thought. I thought. You left early. Exactly. What is the past of met?
Met.
Met. Thank you. What is the past of walk?
Walked.
Walked. Amazing. The past of arrive?
Arrived.
Arrived. Amazing. The past of explain?
Explained.
Yes. The past of end?
I have no idea.
What do you think?
Ended.
Yes, it is regular, ended.
Mm.
For example, the weekend is ended. What is the past of want?
I don't know.
What do you think?
Wanted.
Wanted. Amazing. So wanted. What is finally the past of decide?
Decided.
Decided. Thank you. Now, please tell me, where are the regular verbs?
Walked.
Walk, arrive. Thank you.
Explained.
Explain and
Decided.
decided and want. So these verbs are regular, and absolutely these verbs are irregular. But guys, please, you have to be careful because too much students asked me this question, which is, how can I know if the verb is regular or irregular? The only solution to know is to memorize them. And absolutely, Zainab, the irregular verbs in English are really too much. But I'm going to send a file. This file consists of the most common and usage irregular verbs in English. I'm not going to send all the verbs because you will get bored, I know that. And maybe you will not need all the verbs or the irregular verbs. Because of that, I have a file. This file, as I told you, consists of the most usage and important irregular verbs. I'm going to send it. I don't know if I have sent this file before, but I'm going to do it again by the end of this class. Please, please. This file is extremely important because absolutely you have to use the irregular verbs daily. So at least try to memorize and to practice 5 verbs daily. And I can promise you that only after 2 months, you will master the irregular verbs. So this file consists of, as I told you, only of 2 pages. And this file is really important. Let me tell you something just to make the mission easier. We have some verbs are regular and irregular at the same time. For example, if you want to take a look at the verb forecast. Notice that forecast I can add ed and maybe I can delete it. So this verb is regular and irregular at the same time. Skip this verb. Why? And because you have to deal with it as regular. Okay? Again,